Hey, thank you for coming back. And today I'd like to talk to you about another USB fan. Now, before I go any further than that, I'd like to thank Cheap Geek. He reviewed it on his channel. I thought this fan was pretty cool, or sounded very interesting, I should say. So I thought I would go ahead and get one and see how good or bad it really is. And this is the fan right here. It's from Svinkal, or Svinkal. I don't know how to pronounce it. Let me show you the box first. That's the brand name right there. And it tells you a good amount of stuff right here on it. Gives you some specifications on each side. And same thing on the other side of the box. You do get a nice little instruction manual. And one of the things that I like right off the bat, they actually tell you right in here how many RPMs each speed of the fan is. Now, of course, this is the fan. It's a nice metal base. The rest of it is plastic. It has a nice little hinge here. It's a resistance hinge. Basically, there's a screw that runs through the hinge right in here. One side is a Phillips head. And then you can see where the nut and the screw end on here. So if it's a little loose, you can probably tighten it up. Right on the back is the on and off switch and how to turn it from low, medium, high, and turbo, I guess. Right here, they tell you instructions on how to get it into turbo mode. Now, you do get a nice, decently long cable. It's 4.9 feet or 1.5 meters in length and terminated with a USB Type A plug. And it is tiltable. You can go pretty much down or up to a 90-degree angle. And, well, that's pretty much it. If you wanted to go side to side, you're going to have to physically move it. And also, it says that it uses 7 watts of power. Now, I don't know if that's continuous 7 watts of power, meaning like whether it be on low or the turbo setting, is it still a constant 7 watts all the way through? They didn't say. Now, of course, you're going to have to power this thing or find a power source for it. So you can use like your USB port, a power bank, or like a phone charger type deal to power this fan. And for demonstration purposes, I'm using a power bank from Anker. And you just simply press that button in the back. Now, I'm probably about a good 2.5 feet away from the microphone, and this is what it's going to sound like on low. Let me press it again to get it onto medium. Now on high. Now on turbo. And then off. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set it closer to the microphone. It's really, really close. It's like maybe 1.5 inches away from it, just so you can hear it. I'm going to do the same thing, go through all the speeds. And there you go. Now, according to this little orange sticker, and even in an instruction manual, the way to get into turbo mode is to press and hold that button, and it'll go into turbo mode. Let me shut this off. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it on low, then I'm going to press and hold the button to get into turbo mode so you can hear the difference, okay? I'm going to wait for it to get up to speed, which it pretty much is already. Now let me press and hold it and get into the turbo mode. There you go. Now, one important thing about the turbo mode, whatever source you plug this into, whether it be a power bank, your USB port, like say on your laptop or your computer, or say like a phone charger, you know, the plug-in wall charger type deals. In order for you to get the turbo mode activated, that USB port output has to be 5 volts, 2 amps, or higher. Once again, in order to get to the turbo mode, you have to, the power output of whatever you're using, like say this power bank, has to be 2 amps or higher, or else it just won't work. Okay, just keep that in mind. And right now I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of a test video of this fan, and then we'll come back and I will give you my final thoughts. Okay, here comes a good test of the video. I got the fan right here, and I got 2 sheets of paper. This is just your everyday ordinary paper. This one here is what we use at work. It's for signage. It's pretty much thicker than the ordinary paper. I'm going to start putting the paper here. I'm going to turn the fan on, and let's see if the fan will move it from 7 feet away. Yes, from the fan to here is about 7 feet away. So let me turn my fan on. It's on low right now. And we're going to see, and as you see, even at 7 feet away, on low, it's moving a sheet of paper. And it's moving the signage paper, which is pretty much twice the thickness of a regular sheet of paper. Now let's move it up to medium. Also, this good test is, since I'm probably over 10 feet away from the microphone, to see if you can't hear how loud or how quiet that fan is. 7 feet away, you can see how the paper is reacting. Let me move that. Now for the signage paper, and you can see that even at medium, it's still moving. Let's go up to high. As you can see on high, it's really moving the paper at 7 feet away. And it's moving the signage paper. Let's go to turbo. Now it's on turbo. And you can see how well it's moving the paper. And you can see how well it's moving the sign. So there you go. That's proof positive. Let's put both of these together on turbo. And it's still moving it. So technically that's like 3 sheets of paper on turbo 7 feet away. Let's go back down to low. Okay, now it's on low. And look, it's still tilting the paper. So it is a good fan. Hopefully that was a good test for you. Let's get back to my final thoughts. So what do I think of the Svinkal, or Svinkal, I don't know, 7-inch USB fan? Well, I kind of like this fan. I'm glad Cheap Geek got it and made a video about it, because this is a nice little fan. I mean, it does move a lot of air. Now, it does move more air than some of the previous battery-operated type fans I had on this channel before. It does move, a bit more air than that. Now, these kinds of fans are great, not just for, like camping or a power outage on a warm or hot day where you can keep cool. this little fans like this and some of the other ones I actually had on the channel can actually help you heat your home a little bit more efficiently. Hear me out. Say everybody might have one of those rooms where it's a little bit cooler than the rest of the rooms, especially during the winter. Or you might have a corner of the house or a section of the room that might be a little warmer. Well, what you could do is you plug this little thing in, this little fan in, and you have that warm air from a different room blowing to where it's a little bit cooler. And because, heat rises, it goes to the ceiling, it doesn't come low. So one of the things you can do is, once you plug this in, it's going to start circulating the air. And that will also bring the air from up on top down and start blowing towards where you want it to help warm it up. Now also, like I said, you can even have it going straight up. So the cooler air from down here will be blowing up towards the ceiling, henceforth coming up and making the air start circulating. And, basically convection. Basic grade school science. And that'll help start warming up maybe even just a specific room you want, because all that hot air is up on top, not down where, say, your feet is. And if you put something like this in there on low or whatever speed you want, I would suggest low, it'll start moving that air and you'll start getting that convection effect, and that warmer air will start circulating a little bit more in your room. So therefore, this can actually help you keep, your heating bills a little bit lower, and it'll help you out keep your feet and your toes warm during the winter time. Also, like if you happen to be camping, whether it be in a van or a tent or even a cabin, and say like you're in a cabin and they only got like a wood burning stove. Well, yeah, instead of you having to fill that sucker up so much with a lot of wood to really get it nice and scorching hot to warm up the whole cabin, to help warm up the cabin a little bit quicker, you put this kind of close. Don't put it too close, because all this here is plastic. If you put it closer to the fire, and the warm air or the radiant heat and stuff coming from that fire, you have this set on low, blowing towards the rest of the cabin, or even like that, it'll start helping, by the laws of convection, it'll start helping warming up that place a lot better. So yes, not only is this great to help keep you cool during a power outage or just on a nice hot summer day, or even in the office if during the winter time someone likes it really too hot, you can have this plugged in and keep yourself cool. But it can also help warm up the area during the wintertime a little bit quicker. One other thing I forgot to mention, I haven't done it yet, so, there it goes. You can kind of shift this thing and it comes off, so when the blades get dirty, you can clean it. If there's a way to pull the blades off, I don't know, but since it's so easy to get in here, just a nice little damp rag, and you can clean off all those blades anyway. Rinse this under some soapy water, warm soapy water, and it'll be nice and clean, and it snaps and twists back on. And that's it. So do I think the Svinkal USB fan is worth getting? Yeah. Granted, it's not the quietest fan I've ever reviewed, but you know what? In a pinch, when you're hot and sweaty and you want to cool down, I don't think it's going to matter much, right? But it's definitely worth getting. Has a nice long cord on it, so you can have it farther away from you. I personally sat down and had this thing about 4 to 5 feet away from me, and even on low, I felt a pretty decent breeze coming through. So yeah, I definitely think this USB fan is worth every penny. Now, here's the kicker. It's $19.99 or 20 bucks. When I bought this, I had a coupon for 30% off of that price. So even if that coupon isn't there when you go and check it out, maybe put it on one of your lists or create a list and put it on that list and keep an eye on it, because Amazon will probably put this on sale again. Maybe not for the 30% off. You never know. But it might go on sale again, and when it does, you'll get a little bit better price on it. Before I go, I'd like to say thank you, Cheap Geek, for reviewing this and just getting my attention towards it, because I definitely think this fan is worth every penny, even at the 20 bucks. I think it's a good fan to have. And if you happen to like this video, please give it that thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel and do not forget about that notification bell. It would really help me out a lot if you were to share this video and maybe a few more of my others on all of your social media. And until the next video, you, your friends, your family, and yes, even all of your pets, you all have a great day. I'll see you in the next video.